Welcome, Aquarius, to the Temple of Consciousness. Please come in. This is your April 2025 spiritual tarot forecast, which includes a yoga pose at the end and a yoga mudra. Thank you for coming. Thank you for participating and for being patient, because certainly I've been gone for quite a long time, several months, and of course many of you know why I've been gone, but if you're new, I've been on YouTube for 9 years and doing relatively the same tarot spread, with some variations. Lately, for a month or two, I added astrology, which I think I'm going to continue, but with a different format. Now, because of my recent journey here to the Big Island, having really become a refugee from the Florida hurricanes, I was forced to make a decision as to what to do with the rest of my life, because everything vanished. Cars, jobs, homes, it all vanished. And I decided to make a radical change and do what I have always wanted to do, which is to live off-grid in a beautiful, remote environment. And so, because I lived on Maui for 18 years, I decided to come back to Hawaii. I at least knew some of the culture, and I had some expectations. And I decided after visiting Maui that it would be much better to try to find a new home on the Big Island, and I have. And I've been very fortunate to find this incredible cabin at the very most eastern point of the Hawaiian chain on the Big Island. And having come here, I can't really teach yoga the way I did just before I left Florida. I was teaching yoga on Siesta Key Beach for about 15 years. And I've been a yoga teacher all my life, but I so enjoy teaching outdoors. And now I have a gorgeous lanai where I can teach directly to you. And so that's why I'm starting to add a yoga pose at the end of the reading that is correlated, associated with the reading. Eventually, what I'm going to do is also create yoga classes for you that you can participate out. Perhaps I'll put them on Patreon so that you can see them in a more private setting. So I can use music and things like that. So that's my plan, as well as to show you the beauty of Hawaii. So that's the introduction to the reading, the housekeeping, as they say. Now, Aquarius, if your sun sign, your moon sign, or your rising sign happens to be Aquarius, then this is relevant to you. I have Venus in Aquarius. I fall in love with Aquarians at the drop of a hat. So I'm going to be very careful around you guys. I've had several very, very good friends who were Aquarian. I love your way of thinking, way of being. You're eccentric. You're always unpredictable and full of fun. And you're very smart. So I've always enjoyed your company. Thank you for being you. So, what we're going to do, let's see, let me cut. There we go. This is a 4-card spread. And I have been so inspired by being here in this pure, natural environment. The air is sweet, like sugar would be if you could smell it. It's very sweet here, and it's given me confidence in angelic forces. I wouldn't be here without them. And so I try to infuse a little bit of that angel power into the reading. The first card represents the theme, the focus of the month for you, Aquarius. My goodness, I don't know how many signs have received this card, but it must be a season of wish fulfillment, because you too will have your wish granted. That is the wish fulfillment card. It's there. Maybe you could see it better there. There sits a tavern keeper, and he's fat and happy. He's content, satisfied. Those cups above him represent his achievements, what brought him to this state of contentment and having his dearest wish granted. Those cups are full of the emotional triumphs that have brought him to this point of satisfaction. And this is the overall theme. You've done something, achieved something, created something that took time, effort, and emotional input. And now you're able to celebrate that, share it with others. The tavern keeper says, it's on me, because he's achieved a certain level of profit, success, personal achievement that he's proud of. And he sits in a sort of, it's almost arrogant because he's got his arms folded and his knees are up. So it's like, yeah, I did this. And the only drawback to abundance is overindulgence. Don't come off your diet, whatever you do. Stay on your diet, because there'll be temptations all around you to bring you off of center. That is the more conservative, more rational, more thoughtful self. This is all emotion. So you've got to be careful of not overreacting and just letting things fall apart, because you're just so happy to have so much plenty. That's the only problem with this card. Otherwise, you're blessed. You're blessed with a deeply held wish being granted. And so you ought to celebrate. All right. In the position of what will challenge you specifically in the month, we have, can you see that? The Magician. So you pull a rabbit out of your hat, that rabbit could be something magical that brings about the state of the environmental, the emotional state that the first card predicts. So there's sort of, you bring some sort of magic into the situation. And the Magician is a very masculine card. It has to do with the throat chakra, your speech, communication, writing, maybe having to give a speech. The word is mightier than the sword. So use graceful, precise, bold communication to transfer your meaning. And the throat is the last barrier to enlightenment, to the chakras that live above the third eye, the crown chakra. So you need ethical communication, honest communication. And in that form of communication will be the secret, the magic that opens up your wish. Maybe there's an inundation of communication, and you need to be selective as to who you speak with and what you say. So it's this becoming aware of the higher principles of communication, which is to convey your desire, your need, your ideas, your philosophy, your values. And so be careful about what you say, about what you're writing down. Be careful as to whom you're speaking to or who you're speaking to. Be selective in who receives your message as well. That's the challenge for the month. In the position of the unexpected, the surprise element of the month, we have the light's not too good. There you go. The Wheel of Fortune. Suddenly, unexpectedly, things speed up. That wheel starts to really turn. Events start to happen one after the other quite rapidly. It's hard to keep up. The momentum is towards the up. The wheel is turning up. It's upright. So things are getting better, faster. You have to be very prepared to make fast decisions. On your feet, ready to respond to the rapidly changing environment. The wheel is a representation of the wheel of life. When we are born, we're born out of the center of the wheel. And we remain at the center our whole life. We are the center of our whole life. We are the witness. The spokes of the wheel are your senses. The senses that tether you to the outer world and bring to you the experiences that are a consequence of who you are. The experiences will help to change you for the better or for the worse, depending on your response. If you remain totally calm, centered, in the center of that wheel, the wheel of life that spins around you, then you can calmly assess how each event should be handled. This is the advice given by your angels, because the wheel starts to spin more rapidly. And so by being totally calm, witnessing without first reacting, then you can bring that spiritual, higher knowledge, because you're connected still at the hub. You are connected to your source. You never lose that connection. This is what we call intuition. Perhaps women are graced with intuition more than men, but I don't believe that. We are equal in our ability to access intuition. A man simply is distracted often by the goings-on of his left brain. The right brain is where the intuitive information resides, and women are naturally right-brained. So each individual is different in their capacity for intuition. But this month, you must not be taken away by the positive events that are going to happen, because sometimes success can be just as challenging, if not more, than failure. So there's a lot of success coming, and so you got to hold on, buckle your seatbelt, because you're going for a ride, and a good ride. You'll enjoy it. Maybe you'll feel a little, dizzy from it, but if you meditate right in the center of all the goings on, you will see that you can get some real joy and pleasure out of the events that are about to happen. So let's see what the outcome is. Oh, of course. Teamwork. These ladies are dancing, cups held high. They're celebrating. They're saying, oh my God, yay! We did it. We created something. We are equally lending our talents and our skills to a project, perhaps, or there's an atmosphere of cooperation around you to do with work or creativity. There's a sense of everyone wanting to come together, particularly because you are in such a good mood, such a festive mood, that festivities then become a natural consequence of that mood, and you're looking to celebrate. You're looking for people to share your joy and your pleasure in life. And so this could be weddings, celebrations of births. So it could be birth itself, pregnancy, celebration of friendship, maybe even female friendship, taking joy in each other's company, and raising a glass of victory for either your collaborative effort or just the fact that you have so much support from your community, from your friends, from your family, from even your work environment. So thank you very much for coming to the reading. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. And I do need to ask for some of your help because I'm living out in the middle of nowhere. By choice, of course. And so I intend so much for this channel, so much, that I can hardly keep up with my own imagination. But I must complete these readings first. And so there'll be an upcoming yoga pose that will be a celebration of life as well as a yoga mudra. A mudra is, if you don't know, is a hand gesture, as a yoga pose is a body gesture. The body is aligned within a pose which has specific physical and psychological effects. So also, when you put your hands into various forms, it produces a psychological effect, a physical effect, even affecting the outer world. So they possess a lot of magic. And if you're not capable of doing a yoga pose, then I would just suggest you do the yoga mudra, hand gesture. This pose that's coming is intended to make physical the reading. It's intended to bring the reading into you, and so you can experience it on a physical level, not just an intellectual or even emotional level. So that's the intent. You can practice the pose during the month, which will help you to cope with the energy of the month predicted by the reading. That's the intent. So thank you very much for coming to my temple. And this is so joyful because this is really a temple. Nature is my neighbor and one of my only neighbors, really. I have a few humans here and there, but very few. I'm asking for your direct support, be that through direct donations, or I have a series of private and personal readings that I can do for you, including relationship issues, relationship reading, a career reading, a business reading, I would use that for real estate as well. And a 4-card spread, the one that I've just given you, on one question that you have. That is an inexpensive way to access the readings as well as to support the channel. Thank you very much for that. And I will see you next month. So welcome, Aquarius, to your April 2025 yoga pose. Well, this is going to be a month of fun, collaboration, celebration, and the feeling of having had your wish come true. And all of this brings sort of elevated emotions into play. What I'd like to do is I'd like to make sure that you're completely adaptable, flexible, ready to respond to the demands that success often makes of us. And so what I thought to do was to give you the simple forward bend, because our tension tends to hide in the back of the body, the back of the neck, between the shoulder blades, in the shoulders, down between the two sides of the hips at the lower back, all throughout the hips into the hip sockets. And the sciatic is also involved. So what I'm going to show you is a simple forward bend. And so extend your legs out in front of you on the ground, directly in line with your hip sockets. We want to keep the back flat and the spine straight, so we use the arms like two poles beside us. Pressing down into the arms, we straighten the back, and we point the toes to the earth. Let me go back so you can actually see my whole body. So you point the toes to the earth. You press down into the arms, and you point your toes up towards the sky. You take a deep breath, and you point the toes towards you, pressing the back of your legs down into the ground. Back of the knees pressing down. Feel the stretch in your feet and along the back of your legs, all the way into the hip sockets. Take a deep breath through the abdominal wall. Open up. Just spread the abdominal wall out as you inhale. Exhale, relax the knees, relax your ankles, and point your toes down. Press the back of the knees down. Bring the arms away from the sides of the body. Turn the palms up, bringing the arms slightly behind you, relaxing your wrists. Keep the spine straight. Face forward. Bring your arms in closer behind you. Then lift the hands up off the ground and swing the arms forward. Bring them up to shoulder level. Extend the arms out, point the fingers out, and point the thumbs to you. Keep your back flat. Extend. Press the back of the knees down. Inhale. Point the feet up towards you. Pick up the heels off the ground. Extend the arms out. Deep breath. We pull with the arms, pulling the shoulders and the chest forward. Keep the feet flexed. Pull out as far as you can comfortably from the hip socket. Turn the palms over, extend the fingers out, bury the head between the arms, and pull out through the fingertips. Extend out, extend out, extend the shoulders out. We lay the hands down gently on the ground. We relax the shoulders. We turn the palms in, pulling out through the hands. We lift the arms up to shoulder level, and we bury the head down between the arms. We pull out from the shoulders, turn the palms out, downward, extend the fingers, pull through the fingertips, extend from the shoulders, lay the hands down, point the feet, slide the hands underneath your feet, roll the feet over your hands, pick up the chest, and pull from the sternum, bending the elbows, holding on to your fingers with one hand. We pull the elbows forward. We lay the belly down. We lay the chest down, lifting up the elbows. We point the feet to us, and we hook the hands in. And we bend the elbows, pulling out with the elbows. We lay down over the legs. We hold and breathe. Pulling out through the crown of the head, pressing down into the back of the knees, pointing the toes towards your head. We extend. We're elongating from the hip sockets. We're pressing the knees down, and we lay the head down between the shins. And we hold and breathe. Breathing abdominal.
Gently now, you tilt your head up just slightly. You separate your hands. You lay your hands down on the ground, relaxing your wrists. You lay your elbows down. Point the feet, looking down. We lift the head up. We lift the shoulders up. We tilt up from the hip sockets. We pull up gently. As soon as you arrive vertical through the spine, you roll your shoulders up, pointing the feet to you. You roll up the shoulders as high as you can. You roll them back. You roll the shoulders down. You lay your hands down gently, and you roll your feet at the ankles, relaxing your shoulders, your arms, your chest. You sigh. You release. Let go of your tension. Release all of your worries, your problems, your tensions. Let them all go from you. Release them now. Release them from the soles of your feet as they rotate away your tension. Breathe slow and deep. And reverse. Reverse the roll. Relaxing your shoulders and your elbows. Point one foot down, point the other foot up. The foot with the pointed toes down has the same side, the same hip pulling forward. The foot that points to you has the same side of the hip pulling back. Keep the hands on the ground, pressing down into the hands. We alternate, moving the hips with the feet as you point and flex. You roll your shoulders with the motion. We move from one side of the body to the other. We roll. Keep your breath deep and slow from the nose. Take a deep breath now. Shake your knees. Lift your hands up and shake your hands. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Take another deep breath. Bring your legs in. Fold them. Put your hands into prayer. We say Namaste and we bow at the end of a pose. So now, let me show you a yoga mudra that's appropriate for you, Aquarius, for the month of April. And so, Aquarius, what I thought would be very useful for you is for you simply to find a space in your home or wherever you are that's quiet, and take a few moments out from the excitement to empty your mind and to simply return to a calm state of being. So the yoga mudra for that would be the meditation mudra, and it's simply this. You place one hand over the other and you let the tips of your thumbs touch each other, and you simply sit and feel the emptiness pouring into you. You close your eyes, and with each exhalation you exhale your problems, your worries. You bring a level of moderation into your emotional being. You let it go. And you sit. Breathe slow and deep. Feeling your thoughts evaporate. Exhale them from you now. feeling all problems evaporating. Exhale them away from you now. We inhale the light. We hold our breath, we hold that light in us. Exhaling, we release the light and we empty our vessel. We let it go. We inhale the light. We hold on to it. We let that light take away all the problems, worries, toxins. We let it go. We empty our vessel. We inhale it in. We exhale it out. We inhale it in. Place your hands into prayer. Exhale. We bow and say namaste. Thank you. You can practice that all day, as long as you'd like. But feel the realness of the light and the connection between the breath and the light. Then it will restore you, open you up, and allow the abundance to come in. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. Thank you for donating, and thank you for purchasing a reading if you can. I'll see you soon. Namaste.